This video is a part 2 of top 50 MCQs on TPA, that is Transfer of Property Act 1882. Hey everyone, my name is Sangeeta. Welcome back to this channel. Be legally aware. Those who haven't gone through the first part, you can watch it on my playlist. So without any further delay, let's start today's session. सो जैसे कि आप लोगों को पता है, अभी हम लोग का सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट का देखेंगे, जहाँ पर हम लोग टॉप 50 MCQs डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, टॉप 50 MCQs ऑन ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले लेट्स स्टार्ट. So the first question is our, which of the following, okay, which of the following is the presumption made for lease, okay, under the Transfer of Property Act 1882, unless a contract or local uses states otherwise. Options are देखिए, the lease of immovable property for agriculture will be assumed to be for a period of 3 years. Then second option is, the lease of immobile property for the purpose of other than agriculture and the manufacturing, okay, will be deemed to be a period of 1 month. Okay, next option is both A and B, and first option is neither A nor B. Okay, so in this case क्या होगा, option B would be the correct answer. That means the lease of immobile property for the purpose other than agriculture, अगर agriculture and manufacturing purpose को छोड़ के हैं, देन ये जो लीज किया जाएगा ऑफ द इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी किसको छोड़ के, एग्रीकल्चर एंड मैन्युफैक्चर पर्पस को छोड़ के, इट विल बी डीम्ड फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ 1 मंथ. ओके, इट विल बी डीम्ड फॉर 1 मंथ. ओके, सो इन दिस केस क्या होगा, सो इन दिस केस ऑप्शन बी वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, सो नाउ मूव टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Next question is, which of the following is the time limit given under section 17 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882? Options are देखिए, life of the transferee, a period of 18 years from the date of transfer, either A or B, whichever is longer, neither A nor B. So in this case क्या होगा, so in this case option B would be the correct answer. That means as per the provision of section 17, देखिए, as per the provision of section 17 of the Transfer of Property Act, the time limit, okay, the time limit given is a period of 18 years from the date of transfer. Okay, so in this case क्या होगा, so in this case option B would be the correct answer. So okay, so now moving to next question. Next question देखिए, next question is our, which of the following is true regarding the right of subrogation? Very important question, as defined under the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Okay, so options are देखिए, any person redeeming the property under the provisions of the section 91 of the Transfer of Property Act has the same right, okay, same right as the mortgagor against the mortgagee. This is the first option. Now second option is our, any person redeeming the property under the provision of section 91 of the Transfer of Property Act has the same right as the mortgagee against the mortgagor, either A or B, depending on the facts of the case, and neither A nor B. So in this case क्या होगा, so in this case option A would be the correct answer. So that means as per the provision of section 91, which is very important section in our Transfer of Property Act 1882, it lays the provision regarding any person's redeeming power. Okay, that means any person redeeming the property under this section has the same right, okay, has the same right as the mortgagor, okay, as the mortgagor has against the mortgagee. Same mortgagee, मोर्टगेजर का पास जो पावर रहता है, सेम टू सेम पावर उस पर्सन के पास आता है एज पर द सेक्शन 91. दैट मीन्स, तो उस पावर को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, उस पावर को, दैट पावर इज कॉल्ड राइट ऑफ सब्रोगेशन. ओके, राइट ऑफ सब्रोगेशन. सो इन दिस केस क्या होगा, ऑप्शन ए वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, सो नाउ टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अवर, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज ए वैलिड गिफ्ट बोला है, ठीक है, अंडर द ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट 1882. देखिए ऑप्शन सर क्या, देखिए, a gift of interest in a house, okay, to be in a house to a donee by a donor, allowing him to stay in it as long as he pays in maintenance charges of rupees 30,000 per month to the donor. The rental value of the property is rupees 26,000. This is option 1. This is option A. Now moving to option B is a gift of land. A gift of land by donor to a donee. A return of a stone necklace. Okay, stone necklace worth rupees 3,000. The value of the land is being 33,000. So the next option is our a gift of a gift of single rose valued at rupees 3 to a donee. A return of the donee being a considerate person, and the last option is all of the above. So in this case क्या होगा? In this case option C would be the correct answer. That means इनमें से कौन सा है जो वैलिड गिफ्ट माना जाएगा एज पर द प्रोविजन ऑफ ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट 1882. सो इन दिस केस ऑप्शन सी वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर. दैट मीन्स अगर कोई भी एक गिफ्ट दिया जाता है टू ए डोनी को दिया जाता है बाय द डोनर, उसका वैल्यू है रुपीज़ 3 है. इन रिटर्न क्या क्यों दिया गया है? बिकॉज डोनी बीइंग ए कंसिडर्ड पर्सन. सो इस क्षण को हम लोग ए वैलिड गिफ्ट कंसिडर कर सकते हैं एज पर द प्रोविजन ऑफ ट्रांसफर प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट. सो इन दिस केस क्या होगा? ऑप्शन सी वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, सो नाउ टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. See, the next question is our which of the following properties, okay, can be transferred under the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Options are देखिए, salary of a public officer, right to sue, both A and B, neither A and B. So in this case the correct option would be option D. That means under the Transfer of Property Act 1882, salary of a public officer cannot be transferred. Right to sue cannot be transferred. So in this case neither salary nor right to sue can be transferred. Okay, so in this case option D would be the correct answer. Okay, so now we to next question. See, next question is our which of the following positions for distinguishing between a lease and a license were made by Justice J. Subbarao in Associated Hotels of India versus R.N. Kapoor. So in this case, देखिए options are to ascertain whether a document create a lease or license, the form of the document must be preferred to its substance. Option B, the real test is the intention of the parties, whether they intended to create a lease or license. Okay. Next option is if the document creates an interest in the property, it is license. But if it only permits the another to make the use of the property of which legal possession continues with the owner, it is a lease. Okay, both A and B. So in this case क्या होगा? Option B would be the correct answer. That means the real test is the intention of the parties, whether they are intended to create lease or license. That means at the time of doing a lease or license, वहाँ पर क्या मैटर करेगा? Intention of the parties. So, B would be the correct answer. Okay, so now to next question is our which of the following section of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 deal with the appointment of the receiver? Very important question. See, options are section 68, section 68A, section 69 and section 69A. So in this case क्या होगा? Option D would be the correct answer. That means section 69A of the Transfer of Property Act deals with the provision of appointment of receiver. Very important section. Okay, ये क्वेश्चन में आता है, कोई भी एक लॉ के एग्जाम में आता ही है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ रिसीवर. सो नाउ मूव टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Next question is our which of the following section of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 deals with the relief, okay, relief against the forfeiture for the non-payment of rent. Options are देखिए section 114, section 114A, section 113, section 113A. Okay, so in this case क्या होगा? The correct answer. That means which of the following section of the Transfer of the Property Act deals with the relief, जो बोला है relief against the forfeiture for the non-payment of rent. So in this case क्या होगा? Option A would be the correct answer. That means section 114 of the TPA. Okay, that means section 114 of the TPA deals with the relief against the forfeiture for the non-payment of rent. So in this case क्या होगा? Option A would be the correct answer. Okay, so now to next question. Next question is our which of the following section of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 do not apply, okay, do not apply, okay, to a person governed by the Muhammadan law. Okay, so options are देखिए section 55, section 11, both A and B and neither A and B. So in this case क्या होगा, option B would be the correct answer. Okay, so section B of the Transfer of Property Act do not apply to a person governed by the Mohammedan law. Okay, so now moving to next question. Section C. Next question is, which of the following sections of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 were replaced by the Transfer of Property Act Amendment Act 1929? Options are देखिए, section 74, section 75, both A and B and neither A and B. So in this case क्या होगा? Option C would be the correct answer. That means both section 74 and section 75 of the Transfer of Property Act has been repealed by the Transfer of Property Amendment Act 1929. So in this case क्या होगा? Option C would be the correct answer. Okay, so now move to next question. Next question is our, which of the following statements are true? Okay, regarding the rights and the liabilities of the lessor under the Transfer of Property Act 1882. See, the options are: the lessee is bound on the lessor's request to put him in possession of the property. The lessor is bound to pay or tender at the proper time and place the premium or rent to the lessee or his agent in this behalf. Next, lessee must not, without permission, erect the property any permanent structure except the agriculture purpose. Next, lessee must not, without permission, erect the property any temporary or permanent structure except for agriculture purpose. So in this case, क्या होगा? Option C would be the correct answer. That means lessee must not, without permission, okay, erect the property or any permanent structure except the agriculture purpose. So in this case क्या होगा? Option C would be the correct answer. क्या right है? लीजी का right दिया गया है कि leasee without permission of the lessor. That means leasee without permission of the lessor क्या, leasee without permission of the lessor cannot erect any property which is a permanent structure except for agricultural purpose. So in this case option option C would be the correct answer. Okay, so now moving to next question. Next question is our, which of the following statement hold true regarding the receiver, very important, receiver under the provision of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Options are देखिए, a person paying money to the receiver must make sure that the appointment of receiver is valid. The receiver can use the insurance money received subject to the provisions of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 for the payment of interest falling due to the mortgage, if so directed in writing by the mortgage. Now the second option is, the receiver can use the insurance money received subject to the other provisions of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 for the payment of principal money, if so directed in writing by the mortgage, and none of the above. So in this case क्या होगा? Option C would be the correct answer. Option C would be the correct answer. Okay, so now into next question. Next question is our, which of the following statement is true, okay, regarding the definition given under the Transfer of Property 1882? Options are देखिए, options are, term instrument means both testamentary and non-testamentary instrument. Term actionable claim includes debt secured by mortgage on the residential house. Option C, the term attached to art will not mean trees and shrubs. The term attested means attested by two or more persons. Okay, so in this case option D would be the correct answer. That means attested means attested by two or more witnesses. So in this case क्या होगा? Option D would be the correct answer. Okay, so now moving to next question, and this is the last question. Which of the following statement is true regarding suit for redemption of mortgage property under the Transfer of Property Act 1882? Only mortgagor can bring the suit. Any creditor to the mortgagor who has obtained a decree can bring a suit. Any creditor, irrespective of decree for the same, can bring the suit. Any surety for the payment of the mortgage debt can bring the suit. So in this case, option D would be the correct answer. So in this, that means any surety, okay, any surety for the payment of the mortgage debt, okay, mortgage debt can bring the suit. Okay, so in this case क्या होगा? In this case option D would be the correct answer. Okay, so this is for all today. If you liked this lecture, please like this video and please don't forget to subscribe this channel. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.